Turiya is a specific term used by the sages refer to the enlightened state of consciousness where the observer or the little illusory self is absent. Every human being only operates between three states: the waking, dreaming, and sleeping. In the waking and the dreaming states, there's always a sense of I. You experience the limitation of I as a body, I as fears, I as obsessions, or I as a personality that is accumulated from the past. The dreamless deep sleep is a space of oblivion. To rise beyond these and to awaken to powerful enlightened states of consciousness where the illusion of the self is absent, that is Turiya. In Turiya, we will lead you into some classical enlightened states of consciousness: bliss, God realization, equanimity, great compassion, and oneness. And these enlightened states are the great healers of the logical side and also the emotional side of the human brain. Immersing in Turiya will calm the fear and aggression, attachment and aversion of the emotional brain. These states can also calm the unnecessary mental activity of the logical side of the brain. These states will balance the two sides of the brain. This attachment and aversion of the emotional brain, and also the constant compulsive division of what is perfect and imperfect in the analytical brain, is what makes every situation complex. Life becomes very complex. Relationships become very complex. And Turiya is the greatest healer of the brain.
I actually experienced witness consciousness. It was so cool because yesterday I asked, okay, the Brahma Garba, and what do I do? When do I look here? And when do I focus on the Chirakash? It just happened. Now I don't need the words anymore. Now I know what it's like. It was really, really cool.
The process 2 days ago, my third eye opened. And I'd never, ever had that experience before. And whenever I do my regression work or I do anything like that, I always imagine. I never see anything. I just imagine it. And when my third eye opened, I saw a fire start. And so I followed the fire through a forest, and I looked up at the sky, and it was this indigo blue sky, and it was full of more stars than I'd ever seen in my whole life. And then the northern lights started. I've never seen the northern lights before in real life, but the northern lights started, and then that was it.
It was so beautiful. This mind and Larry did disappear, and what opened was a whole new world, just like waking up from sleep. Just the visual acuity, everything was still. The stillness was in me, the stillness was in the environment. Even though the trees were moving and the birds were flying, there was still stillness in them. And I wanted to share that I didn't realize what was happening at the time, but later when I looked back at it, I could see how the mind grips us and keeps us away from this beautiful state. It's so close. Just let it go, and there it comes.
And then a beautiful realization came later on, and I'm not even sure how to describe it. There is no death. And all the fear went away. Fear of death, fear of Robert dying, fear of my 88-year-old stepdad dying. It was just gone. There is no death. There is no dying. We do not die. And then my mother showed up, and she's not dead. And she often comes to me in my dreams, and I say to her, "Mom, you're dead." And she says, "No, I'm not." And now I understand what she's trying to tell me.
The blessing that Sri Preethaji gave, and I had just gone through all this experience, and I had my hands to my heart, and as she was giving the blessing, it felt like every cell in my being was being filled up. And I quite literally couldn't keep my hands pressed to my heart. I was holding both hands here, and they just kept filling up. I thought, am I doing this? Stop doing this. And the tears just came because I couldn't contain the love that was inside of me. And so I hope you all felt that too.
With Turiya, life becomes effortless and easy. Clear thinking is possible. You see situations as they are. Life is beautiful. You relax. You ease into greater calm in life. This is the vision of Turiya at Oneness Nordic. Turiya is a deepening experience for anyone. You can come here to Oneness Nordic to do and immerse in Turiya. You can do it after tapas. You can do it after a field of awakening or after any festivals at Ekam. It is a very celebratory experience of enlightenment in Turiya. It is offered at Oneness Nordic, our European Center for Enlightenment.